Kia ora, hello, welcome to the stream. Thank you to everyone that's joined tonight. Do appreciate it. Hello, Pro Gamer, welcome in. And Perfectly Imperfect Gamer, thank you for joining as well. And we are on the new Scottish map, the Highland fishing map. This is going to be a bit of a map tour. I have spent some time looking around it. This of course is our start farm. So I have set it up as a multiplayer game. So if anyone wants to come on and have a look at the map while we're looking at the map, you're more than welcome to. So this is the start farm. Quite well appointed. Got, of course, the Massey, but we do have the JCB as well. Fast track. And we also have the New Holland. And honestly, I cannot fault Giants for their textures. Look at that. I am so close to it and the textures are still quite sharp. There's lots of things I can fault Giants for on the map, but textures is not one of them. So we will have a look around the map and see what things are like. There of course is the Skoda, the import Skoda apparently, according to Giants. Why anyone would import a left-hand drive car from Europe is beyond me, but that's the way it is. Hello, Perfectly Imperfect Gamer. Thank you for joining. So yeah, we are going to start by grabbing a vehicle from the shop. And hey Giants, look at this. Left, right, left, right. Not hard. So let's see, what do we want? Let's change the colors a little bit. Actually looks quite smart with metallic. Metallic Hardy. Hey Chinook, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Right time for the clock. Awesome, mate. Here we go. Select. Got to have the chrome. Okay, and the steering wheel is on the correct side. So let's buy that. So we have given ourselves quite a bit of money, because what I want to do is I want to look at a lot of the placeables that we got. So now I'm just going to double check Giants haven't done a sneaky. Let's go down to the Highlands fishing expansion. And no choice to change the side the steering wheel is on. Yeah. I don't know. So this is the shop area. This is where the... Hey, yep. Put a few fish visible in the water at least, or crabs on the rocks. Yeah, that would have been good. Hey, Wayne Kent, welcome in. Thank you for joining. And Chinook, I'm pretty sure I said hi, but if I didn't, hello, welcome in. No, this isn't a Giants car. This is a third-party mod. So, yeah, this is nothing to do with Giants. This is all a modder's respect for the community. So, we can start by going into town. So we do have double-decker buses. We've got minis. And little sports cars. No, Kiwi does not like the starter car. Definitely not. And there are a few things with this map that I do shake my head a little bit with. You know, there are mods available for most of the things that you know, I want to do. But they're script mods and not available for console. So yeah, so here we go. And see, we even got out on the correct side for where the steering wheel was. You know, that's how well he's programmed it. So we've got Alistair here. We can talk to him. We have boat ramps. And this, of course, would be the heart of our beating fishing business, would be in this area. So a lot of industrial area around here. Like I say, the texturing is really good. The artists, the modelers, the programmers have done such a fantastic job. You know, they really have. So we've got a cargo vessel we can buy, or a sport boat. So we'll buy that. There's a reason why I gave myself a whole lot of money. So there we go. And you'll notice that I'm, you know, sort of stylishly decked out in a tweed suit with a tweed hat. Definitely Postman Pat, yeah. Yes, and the correct side of the road. They did get that right. So, yep, you can do a little bit of fishing here. So let's see if we can catch a fish. So there's a bit of an art to it. Just have to wait. I won't be reading chat at the moment because you've got to get that timed just right. There we go, and the idea is to keep the hook where the fish is. All right, we caught a trout. Got 100 quid for that, so that's all right. So yeah, definitely reminds Postman Pat. Definitely, it's sort of, you know, that I think Postman Pat's more sort of the Yorkshire Dales, but very, very similar part of the country. Although I'm sure the average Yorkshireman would vehemently disagree with me. So you can do first-person view. So there are collectibles dotted around the place. I have walked past one or two already, but I haven't pointed them out. I don't want to spoil it for anyone. So docking the boat can be a little bit tricky. So to turn the boat, you actually have to have power on. And you see what I mean? It doesn't bounce off the walls very well. So, yeah, a little bit tricky. We'll see what happens. You hate the fishing mini game. You feel there are so many better ways. Yep. Look at the water graphics. Yeah, they've done well with the spray and all that. So we'll go back to our van. So we do have sort of like a stylized, looks like a Chevy front end on a Range Rover. So I think they've done that so they don't get into trouble. But it's got the wood grain dash, what you'd expect for a Range Rover. And then you've got one of these minis. Steering wheel is on the correct side. And this is really galling. Here we go. The wheel is on the correct side. It is a Skoda. It is a prop car, but the wheel is on the correct side. I just don't know. I don't know. Chevy Rover. Hey, a little mini. So I think we'll sort of stay third person, more so you guys can sort of get a wider view of the territory and what's here and that sort of thing. The cars are modelled very well. Okay, why did the mini stop? So of course there is a steam train. We're lucky we might see it somewhere along the line, but it's it does do the chuffing sound and the steam when you're driving it, but if you're not driving it, it doesn't do anything. Hey, thank you to our new subscriber. Welcome to the Kiwi clan. Hope you're having a fantastic day. So this is sort of taking us up to our farm. And then we've got the standing stones there. You know, quite common for prehistoric Britain and Scotland to have those sort of things. So I think that's a nice touch. I'm a bit of a history buff, so I like to see things like that. The road is really good. Hasn't got the potholes like they have in Darheim, but it does have patches and that sort of thing. So that's going up to our start farm there. So the buildings do look really good. So we do start off with a field full of Highland cattle. And there's lots of little houses dotted around the place. And there is a little bit of buildable land, empty space that we can build on. So yeah, and little villages around the place with selling points. Red telephone box. Sorry, Hoovians, no blue police box. Well, not that I've found one. That would be a fantastic little Easter egg, wouldn't it? Lots of little ruins like that. You know, I don't know, maybe they're what's left of when they did clearances. A lot of the landlords cleared tenants out, tenant farmers out of Scotland so that they could devote their land to sheep grazing, which didn't need as many people to farm it. So a lot of Scottish sort of got pushed out. And this here is the Feed and Grain South. Another little arch bridge over the railway line. A fantastic house. Oh, now I did forget to show you the house. This is the edge of the map. The house on the start farm. So might actually jump back to that house so I can show you while I remember. So this is a buyable option, so as a placeable. So yeah, you've sort of got your kitchen and got to have the bagpipes, but no kilt. So there's no kilt in the clothing area, so you can't put a kilt on, unfortunately. Would have been great if I could have worn my tweed top with a kilt, but yeah, never mind. maybe it's too sticky, you know. Some people just wouldn't want to wear a kilt because it belongs to a different clan, maybe. So yeah, you got sort of your toilet there. And up here, Mr. Sealy P says this is creepy. I guess it's creepy. I'm sort of thinking like, hey, this is a great place to shove the kids. Let them scream around up here and, you know, knock themselves out. Hopefully not literally. But, yeah. Hey, Cher, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Hope you're having a fantastic day. I saw you in Mr. Sealy's P's stream. I didn't make it, but I did watch it afterwards, so saw you were there. This is multiplayer for anyone that wants to jump in and just have a look at the stuff with us as well. Yeah, so that is the house. So Giants have done really well with the house. I know there's always been a bit of a complaint that and yeah, look how the glass is wavy. That is just old houses. The glass is actually, if I got my science schooling right, glass is never actually a solid. It's always a liquid. And as glass gets older, it moves around a little bit. Mr. Sealy P is brilliant. I do enjoy his streams. No, it's cross-play multiplayer, but you do need the Highlands DLC, obviously. So yeah, if you've got the Highlands DLC, the only other two mods you'd need to download would be this Rumbler van and a Fiat truck, because both are right-hand drive, like player vehicles on this map should be. So what do we got? Trying to think how we get to some of the places. So you got your bus stops around, you got a, you know, bit of a playground happening there, so that's a nice little touch. You know, it doesn't have to be there, but it is. Across the river there is the quarry. And I gotta remember to drive on the correct side of the road. Okay, so up here. No, I have completed the carrots. I was completely over carrots by the end of the stream, so I just wanted to get it over and done with. So I semi-cheated picking the carrots up with a forage pickup. It picks up carrots as well, and then just sort of sprayed them into the back of the trailer. But I've got some interesting statistics for people on Sunday. So yeah, so this is a buildable. You do have to buy the plot of land, and then it will become a windmill buildable. So if we buy that, so land prices are, they're sort of up there. 194 for that one, 112, 260. Some of the forestry areas, which is, there's not a lot of forest, there's a lot of, you know, meadows in that one. And you know, that one's 368, that one's 461. That one there is 429. So they are getting up there, but yeah, so you can bring your product that you need to for the windmill, and once that's built, I believe you can use it as a proper mill and make flour. Hey Lone Wolves, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Hope you're keeping well. Yep, we can look at the rivers and lakes there, Pro Gamer. There's one of the rivers there. You're doing good. That's good to hear, mate. So the edges of the map are really well done. The land and the trees just keep going on off map, and the river keeps going as well. Just doesn't stop dead. Yep, they are fairly decent. You know, you got sort of like the ripple effect. So yeah, they have done well. I think they have improved the water texture, to be honest. That is different. So I haven't actually driven around the map. I've only actually jumped around. So that is the stonemason. So that's where we'd get the stones for the castle. Okay, so this is the edge of the map here. As you can see, the trees just carry on. The grass doesn't, of course, but the trees do. And yeah, I think Giants does a really good job with the map edges. You know, and it would be fantastic if other you know, map makers did spend a little bit more time on the oh, did you see that? He just drove straight over them. It's a classic cases. I hope their work was prepared to be hit by a bus. There you got public toilets available, modern phone booths. Although, to be honest, we don't have a lot of those left anymore. Everyone's got a cell phone. But, you know, the houses just look absolutely stunning. There's a wool mill. Try saying that fast 3 times. Now, this is one of my little gripes. This is the quarry, and apparently they can't be bothered putting a bore down or anything like that. You've got to ship water to them. Sort of like, really? This is like the 21st century and we have to cart water? So there are mods available, which is great. The downside is you buy the quarry, but you don't buy the land. So you can't put any mods down near the quarry. The closest you can get is to purchase land 63, just so you can put something in this little area here which will provide water. So that's one of my little gripes. Yeah, it would be good if we could buy the edge of the map. Yeah, and all these other little items or little areas. So yeah, you can put sell points on or different things like that. So this makes that's a factory for making onion products as well as red beet and all that sort of thing. It's a cannery type thing. So I just want to do a quick map tour, and then we can purchase a bit of land, and I want to plop down all the new placeables that come with this map. So I haven't seen anyone do that yet, so be a little bit different. But yeah, you know, it is a stunning map. And frame rates isn't too bad either. So which way should we go? Yep, we'll go that way. So up round here, it's a bit of a plateau, and we've got a bit of farming land up here. Lots of little ruins dotted around the place. That's one of our NPCs there. I don't know if anyone actually ever, you know, talks to them or not. Hear their story. I don't know. I haven't been bothered, to be honest. So I'm just going to have a quick walk here. So this is one of the forestry areas. So yeah, mainly spruce and a bit of pine. But I was sort of thinking that over here in this this area here, it's kind of flattish. You know, it doesn't take too much to flatten it out. I reckon that is a perfect place for a farmhouse. Look at that view. And yeah, that to me, this is a great place to set up a farm. So yeah, maybe stay tuned. I don't know. But yeah, I just like that. That is an awesome view. But you can see the road, you know, the patches in the road. You know, we get a lot like that here as well, just sort of bits dug up and then just repaired over. So down this way is another one of my little gripes, or my not a gripe, more of a what? It's just sort of like, oh yeah, you got, you know, lots of tents dotted around the place as well. I haven't found the horse and caravan, but that is something that we'll get, you know, I'll keep an eye out for. But this is the coal company. So here you can purchase coal. And so I thought, oh, that's cool. You know, 1400 for coal. We can only get coal. I'm not too sure why we've got arrows, but we can only get coal. And then you can just buy it. And there we go. We've got a pallet full of coal. So we can then sell that. If we go down to coal and Here we go, coal. So we can sell that for 1,700. So that, yeah, that's making like 300 quid, dollars, euros, whatever your I watch too much UK TV, so it's quid. So yeah, you could make about 300 quid by selling it, but that's in July, middle of summer. I was thinking, great, coal price will be high in winter time, and you'll have something to do during winter, deliver coal and that sort of thing. No, look at the price of coal over winter. I'm not too sure if that will readjust as time goes by, but it's sort of like there's no profit in delivering coal in winter time. I just don't get that. That to me, winter time would be when you're going to make the most. Unless people are so well organised that they're stocking up on coal in the middle of summer. So yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Another lost opportunity for extra stuff to do over winter time. So Omatana has found another way to make a lot of money. Another way to make an awful lot of money. And I will show you that later. That's just to keep you guys hooked, So straight ahead, you can see the other. Yeah, I've gone down the wrong track, but that's okay. We'll go down the walking track. I don't think anyone will mind. So we come up here. This is a castle that needs to be rebuilt. So you don't buy this plot of land, but you just deliver the stuff to it. And look at the fencing. It is just the barbed wire, the texture. It just looked really great. And you've sort of got a little bit of a walkway here. You've got that famous. That is a very famous bridge in Scotland. It is a rail bridge or viaduct. It's not a bridge, it's a viaduct. My apologies. Hey, yep, no worries, Pro Gamer. Thanks for joining in. Appreciate it, mate. Have a good night. So just wanted to come over here and do the swing bridge. So I don't think this ever showed up in any of Giant's stuff, so I think they kept that as sort of like a little secret. So yeah, so that's a neat little thing that I definitely didn't know about watching what Giants were doing or anything like that. So, of course, we've got the ruins. Complete with bath and bucket. And fireplace. It'd probably be a cozy little place, but you can see why they would have picked this hill for the castle. The views are just absolutely fantastic. You know, you've got a good view of the surrounding area, and let's face it, the castle was predominantly a fortification. It was a building of war. So if you could see some boats coming down the harbour, or see some, you know, people coming through the woods or the land, the sooner you see them, more prepared you can be. Hey, Mr. S. Grant, how are you? Welcome in. Thank you for joining. Hope you're having a fantastic day. So, I really do enjoy the texturing and the modeling on this map. It is absolutely fantastic. So this is where we come in for the castle. Wrong button. Here we go. So this is another shed, and this is another one of those. You can see how the glass is all wavy. So yeah, it is a nice little touch. Hey, AI Farmer, welcome in. It's a so-so day. Sorry to hear that, Mr. S. Grant. Yeah, my day's been okay. Was able to start on the map straight away because I pre-downloaded it the night before, but couldn't get the patch till lunchtime. I started at I actually woke up early. I think I woke up at about 4:30, came down 4:30 this morning, because of course it was released at about 2 a.m. and I wasn't going to come down at 2 a.m. So I started installing the patch at about 4:30, and it was just so slow. It was ridiculous, and finally got it downloaded at about midday. So yeah, having fun on the new toy, picking it to bits, mate, picking it to bits, but giving credit where credit's due. Definitely. You know, this is an amazing view as well. You know, it's what, you know, quite often around New Zealand anyway, we get little laybys like this looking out onto a view, and yeah, you stop off and enjoy it. So yeah, and hey, look at this. Steering wheel is on the correct side for this part of the world. And no, it's not a Giants mod. Giants haven't done anything like this. Hey, Farmhand Andy, welcome in. Thank you for joining. So anyone that's interested, I have got this as a multiplayer, so you are welcome to join in if you want. Yours took 6.5 hours, started at just after midnight your time. Yeah, they really need to find a new host for their servers. That host is absolutely useless. They're not spinning up enough extra servers for high demand. So this is the fisheries, so you can come in here and feed the fish and make the little fishies to go and take out to the big fish farms. We've got some more houses and shops. Expecting PC to be slower. So, like I say, I don't know why, but you know, this is a prop car, and they've put the steering wheel, they've got everything modelled. It's like, why couldn't they just release that as a drivable? It's just, I don't know. I don't know. It's plain stupidity to me. But so we've got a nice little area here, you know, it's bit of fishing stuff. Not tried tractor low loaders yet? No, I haven't tried tractor low loaders yet. Careful with rail crossings, you hit some of them unless going slow, and semi-low loaders don't go over them. Yep. Yeah, that seems to be a common thing for low loaders. The train is so cool to ride. It is. I haven't actually ridden it yet. I'm thinking of redoing my intro video to include some scenes from this map. And so I'm thinking, because the train doesn't do the smoke and chuffing sound when you're not in it, I'm thinking I might have to get someone in multiplayer, and I'll film it while someone else is in the train. So yeah, you've got a wrecked boat here, and I don't know how many times I've seen this shopping cart. Yeah, they always seem to end up in the water for some reason. So it was interesting, like in the one of the videos, they sort of implied that this was going to be a restaurant, but it's sort of like there's no way to get out here. So I'm not too sure. You can go over the tracks with a low loader. So yeah, you look at this, like the texturing is absolutely fantastic. Let's see if I can do flight mode. I don't have there we go. So I just wanted to fly up here just to give you guys an idea of the detail that they've included in this map. So, you know, without flying, you're not going to get up this close, but look at the rust texture on that dome and in the lichen, and it's just, you know, that's how steel goes. When you look at old steel, that's what you see is pitting like that. You know, the lichen, the rust, and it's just amazing, you know, that they spent so much time. You know, some people might say, well, they spent too much time sorting that out and not enough time doing right-hand drive vehicles. And I might agree with you there, but it is still just amazing looking at the texturing and the layering and all that. I just wanted to show you guys because, yeah, I think, yeah, someone spent a lot of time getting this right, and you know, most people will never see it. So I just wanted to draw your attention to it because they've just, you know, someone spent a lot of time on that and they've made it look absolutely amazing. The big boat will get there with stuff. Yeah, I guess it could drop the ramp down maybe. So you can't go over the bridge, it is blocked off. Detail is first important. Right-hand drive can be added in with a fix if they do it. Yeah. It's like I feel like it shouldn't be a fix. Right-hand drive should be a detail. Because like I say, you know, this, I'm pretty sure this is the Octavia. I don't think it's the ENIAC. Yep, it's the Octavia. So this is the new car that was released for the map, and look at the detail in there, and the wheel is on the correct side for the map. So why have we got a left-hand drive drivable car when they've got right-hand drive placeable cars? I don't know, it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Almost a year ago that 25 was released. Yeah. So let's go show you a trick that Omatana's found. They may change it with an update. Because it is a bit OP'd, overpowered. But I'm not complaining. I hope they don't nerf it, but yeah, don't mind the dog. We've got Guy Fawkes Night here, where we celebrate the failure of Guy Fawkes and his co-conspirators to blow up the Houses of Parliament in the UK. Go figure. Part of our UK heritage here in New Zealand, I guess. But it's just an excuse to let off a lot of fireworks. And of course the dog doesn't like it too much. Let's have a look at the map. Where are we going to go? Yep, we're heading in the right direction. That's cool. So over here is another farm area. So I might actually take you to that farm. It's the second farm area. at least one car that drives wrong. Yeah, mate. So lots of these little blue tents around. You know, bicycle resting up there, so that's here we go. Found it. There's the gypsy caravan with a horse. Okay, like I said, I haven't driven around this map, so I hadn't stumbled across this one. Hello. Very good boy, aren't you? Look at the detail on that. That is amazing. Hey, Farmhand Andy, not surprised, mate. You're on the second farm, done your own build on it. Yeah, I found a place where I want to do a farm build. It's got an absolutely stunning view, and I think it'll work quite well. I wrecked the main farm yesterday. Couldn't help myself. Good on you, mate. That's what it's all about. I believe you can't get rid of the rubbish on the main farm, so that's a bit of a pain. You can get rid of all those sheds and all that, but you can't get rid of the rubbish. So hopefully they might fix that with an update. Yeah, I think you definitely have trouble getting a low loader over that. So yeah, it looks like we've got a that be a cow shed? Might be. So this is definitely a second farm. Oh, the rubbish is connected to the building, so if you sell the building, the rubbish goes. Okay. Because I know Shane from Hobby Gaming was wanting to keep the buildings but just get rid of the rubbish, and he couldn't do that, so he didn't actually delete any of the buildings to, I guess, find out. Oh, we just missed the train. Wasn't paying enough attention, sorry guys. So yeah, Omatana's come up with this fantastic money-making scheme. So this is all about getting the pellets of fish food. So go into pellets down here. So we're getting 2,000 litres for 2,600. Grab a couple of those. That was 5,200 quid. Yeah, that's one of over 10 miles per hour. Come to a stop. Or if this will load up, or whether I'll have to load it up manually. Yeah, I'm not getting the load up thing, so I might have to do it manually. So we'll just give ourselves a bit of spinach. So you can actually fit 4 of these in with universal auto load. So now if we find somewhere to sell that, fish food, here we go. Now this is another gripe that I have. Apparently the train goes to Goldcrest Valley. It's doing really well to get to Goldcrest Valley. From what I remember, Goldcrest Valley was Midwest America. So yeah, yeah. They could have renamed it to something more Scottish. Just a little bit of code. So yeah, I don't know. So warehouse is one of the places that we could go to. Whereabouts is that? Oh, yep, up there. About where I want to go anyway, so that's cool. Because what I want to do is I want to get a plot of land, and then I want to look at all the different placeables and fences and all that that we get that Giants has given us with part of the map. And yeah, one of them I'm actually really happy with. I was wanting something like that on another map that I was building. So it's nice to have it now. In fact, there's probably three the 3 things that they've given us in the way of fences are what I've been wanting for quite a while. Got to make some coffee to jumpstart yourself. Fair enough, mate. I was like that this morning. So this is a neat little area down in here. So you've got your train station here, so you can grab your train. So we might do that. I haven't actually ridden the train yet, so... But yeah, warehouse is just round here. So we made 19,000 quid for an outlay of 5,200. So it's a nice little money spinner there. So plot 70 is a relatively flat piece of land that you could use to put in placeables, and there is a placeable you will need to put in. So if you go into there and you come down to paper, paper roll. So there's lots of places you can sell the paper roll. Board games, books and poems, the copy shop. Yeah, the words are hard. Magical toys, nautical gifts, as well as, you know, lots of other little places. But, you know, you can sell paper to a lot of different shops. But when you look at the available factories, we've got a bakery, biogas plant, carpentry, fish food factory uses soybeans and oil of some sort. Olive oil, don't know where you're going to get the olive oil from. Olives definitely wouldn't grow here. I was pushing my luck in Gloucestershire, so there's no way olives are going to grow up here. Realistically, I'm sure you can plant them and they'll do fine, but you know, realistically, they won't grow up here. It's just not the right climate. And of course, we've got our quarry that requires water, and apparently we have to trailer it there because that's what people do in the 21st century. I'm getting a delivery of water very soon at my house. Not. Sawmill does the standard things, prefab wall, that sort of thing. Spinnery, doing wool and cotton. Not that cotton would be great round here either, I don't think. Stonemason, making the castle stones and the roof shingles for the castle. Tailor shop to make snazzy clothes like I'm wearing at the moment. Vegetable processing does things like carrot soup. We won't go there. Fried onion, where you need canola oil, rice oil, or sunflower oil. Like I say, olive oil, where are you going to get the olives from, realistically, you know, if you're playing realistic? Onion salt, onion soup, parsnip, potatoes, red beet, and our old favourite, the triple soup. And then you got fish breeding. So these are all that are available, but there's no paper factory. Which just seems, yeah. Why have we got people buying paper from us, but we can't, we can't buy a paper factory. So yeah, you definitely need some land like this if you're going to be putting in a paper factory. So let's go to the other plot of land I want to do. So yeah, carting fish food is definitely quite profitable at the moment. I did it on normal and it was still quite profitable. Of course, more profitable on easy mode, like everything. So easy mode is actually a really good way to play because it moves things along quite quickly. You don't feel like you're putting the, you know, you're slogging along. You're getting there quite nice. So yeah, where do I want to go? Oh yeah, there we go. Missed me turning again. Talking, looking at chat. So yeah, I've driven the JCB. It's got a nice sound to it. But I don't think I've driven the New Holland yet. just want to go down here because there's another plot of land that will probably make a good place for maybe a greenhouse area or something like that. But I'm going to purchase it because it's reasonably flat. So yeah, you've got fuel tanks, but I don't know if they will work as fuel tanks. I guess the only way to find out is to actually purchase a farm. And we'll grab field 72 as well. So yep, that is a cow barn there. But yeah, no, it's a little bit disappointing that you can't use this as a fuel tank. I don't know, I guess maybe it's just too rusty now. So you have to put in a new one. But yeah, to me it would be nice. So this is one of the placeables that comes with it. So yeah, you've got a bit of support there with a bit of dirt and all that, some tires. You've got a cow shed, but I don't think it will do milking, so this will be another Highland cattle shed. No milk. And no gate, so how do you keep the cattle in? Yeah, bit of an oversight there, I think. 72 is your cow pasture. That'd make a good cow pasture, actually. Definitely. So you've got a bit of a greenhouse there, but that's only decorative. So what I want to do now is I actually want to have a look at the different placeables that they have given us. That farmhouse doesn't delete. That's a bit of a pain because I would have liked to have replaced it. I did think about going to that farm and replacing that farmhouse with the buildable one, but yeah, if you can't delete it, well, that sort of puts stayed to that idea. So let's have a look at our construction. So under sheds, if we scroll down, so got that one there. I might just drop them in. Got this one, that one. We'll drop them in and then we can delete them later on. So we've actually got quite a few sheds. A lot of them are much of a muchness. You know, we've sort of really got a lot of them already, but okay, I think I'm running out of room here, so might just go and have a look and see what it is. Hey, Drossi Myreferda, hello, welcome. I'm sorry, I've totally mispronounced that, but welcome into the stream. Thank you for joining. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Let's have a look here. So Let's go right up here. So we'll just have a look at what giants have given us. So yeah, that's a nice little one. Nice texturing. Quite a bit of texturing and, you know, a little bit of mold on the concrete. That's what happens. So, complete with downpipe. Nice touch. Belting. This one here. So you sort of got a door over here. So this is one that's on the main farm. But, yeah, it's funny shed, this one. I say the texturing is absolutely superb on this map. So let's have a look. Yeah, nice shed. It's you know, definitely not a brand new one. It's nice to see a bit of age put into the sheds instead of having crisp new sheds all the time. Another little shed. This looks very similar to, you know, a lot of stuff that we've got. I don't know how it's much different to what we've already got. But no, it's a nice looking shed, definitely. This is quite a big one. Quite a number of bays. Definitely a lot of storage space in this one. And a repair shop. Nicely done. I'm just being super picky here, people, but a little bit of bric-a-brac, you know, a tool chest and, you know, things like that would be absolutely fantastic. But I'm just being super picky. I'm happy to admit to that. So this is another sort of like carport type shed. Quite neat. Okay, there we go. That's what we were missing in that other shed. Look at that. That is perfect. I like that. You know, old cardboard boxes, oil drum, tires. The texturing on this is absolutely incredible. The other thing I like doing is just looking at the door and how it is going up along the tracks, as actual tracks. So, yeah, I like this shed. I do like this shed. Definitely got that used, been on the farm for quite a few years. Another shed with some bric-a-brac. Just don't think it's a repair area. It's just a bit of decoration. So that, you know, it just makes a difference. You know, if some of that stuff had been in that new shed, would have been good. Right, so let's delete these. Yeah, I would say all of these would be used on all maps. The only things that we can't do are the aqua bits. Yeah. Clear these. It is a shed that's too big for the map. Yeah, that's why I got this big area here, mate. I'm hoping it's big enough. So let's have a look here. Back to sheds. So I think we stopped off at that one. So we've got this one here. It's quite a nice little shed. Solar panels on it too. There's this one. And I think this might be the one you're talking about, eh? Is it this one? Right, so that's all the sheds that come with the Highlands pack, so that's quite a few. That's 14 new sheds that came with the pack. And yeah, this one is a monster shed. You got quite a bit of storage there. And then you've got a massive amount of storage in here too. That is like... Ooh, and the doors slide. They don't roll. Okay, so this is one of those ones where you gotta... Yeah. Play around with the doors to get the equipment that you want out. And another workshop area, but no tools or bric-a-brac. So very, very sterile. We've got this one here. Quite a nice shed. Quite a bit of storage there. Lots of doors. And they've got that opening system, which, yep, got all the tracks and all that. So, yeah, there was a couple of sheds in FS22 that had doors like this, but they didn't have tracks, and they just looked weird just hanging there in midair. So, yeah, I think that's always neat. So this is a nice little shed, this one. Bit of storage. And then we've got this one here as well. So good lot of storage in here. Sliding doors again. And then you've got your big storage carport area here. And some side doors. I wonder if this is somewhere you could put grain or lime, maybe some fertilizer, tip it in. Got a bit of a lip here, so stops it from going out. So that's all the sheds. Delete these and have a look at other things that we've got. So silos, yeah, we've got a few. We've got a manure heap. Got a small bunker silo. This is a neat one. This is the covered silo. It's a storage hall. So these will only do 90 degrees. They won't do anything in between. Another one for storing bulk material. So quite a few there. Have a quick look. Okay, doors swing out, and you've got a few bays there to put in your grain. So, yeah, that's neat. Yes, downloaded it today and played around with it today, but because I was doing multiplayer, I didn't load it up on this map. But yeah, awesome having the angles shown. So it looks like the same sort of bunker, but one's for silage and one's for manure. But basically it's the same style, which makes sense. And this, of course, is our covered bunker silo, which I think is absolutely awesome. Very, very similar to Tom Pemberton's, really. Chain shed colours as well. Yeah, I haven't actually looked into that. So it looks like we've got sort of like grain storage, so I don't know. So I'm not too sure how that works, because it looks like we've got sort of like an auger system. I don't know if it fills up in the thing, but yeah, to me, instead of having bunkers, I think they should have grain bins. I was expecting to see grain bins in here. But there's nothing. You know, the outside is totally different to the inside. Yeah, that's a bit of an odd one. And then we've got another bunker silo. That's quite neat. And then this is the other one that we saw before with the earthen walls. So yeah, that's some nice stuff there. That fills both grate and tip. It's on the main farm. Oh, yep. Cool. Let's go back in here. Rid of all of these. I just wanted to see, I haven't actually seen these up close, except for, you know, if I've walked through them in the main farm. That's silos, silo extensions. I've only got the one. That's for manure. The rest is all base game stuff. So constructions. Now this is the interesting one. We've got a whole heap of new constructions. So that's your standard ones there. You know, I built that one on a private game. That one appears in a lot of maps. That's the one I built for Gloucestershire, and that's the one I built for Frickducks. We've got the sheds there. I don't think anyone really bothers with them because they just cost too much to build and take too long. But it looks like we've got another... I'll try and get in close. So it looks like we've got another log cabin that has got a enterable interior, so that's quite neat. Another more modern house that's got an enterable interior as well by the looks of it. So yeah, that's quite nice. Nice little cottage. Once again, looks like it's got an enterable interior. Nice thatched roof on that. So this looks like it's a maybe a shared living area. So that would be quite good. What can we see in there? Sorry guys, flashing around a lot. Okay, so it looks like it's just got a interior room, but not a lot in it. Sort of more like a stables area, but yeah, it looks like it's got some stuff in there as well. It's enterable. Little holiday home. Apparently this will generate income once it's built. So yeah, that could be quite good to put on. And then we've got the tool shed. So yeah, these are all, of course, we have to build them. We have to provide the stuff that they need. So that's under constructibles. I didn't place them down because, of course, all you end up with is a, you know, fence and that sort of thing. So not a lot of sense doing that. We've got a silo for pig food. That looks pretty much standard. Didn't know we had a pig farm here. And we've got a biomethane station. That's interesting. Something new. So I guess you get your biomethane from biogas plant. So that looks like you just purchase it. So that's under containers. And under tools, only thing we've really got is the electric charge. So we've got another option for an electric charger. So yeah, it's always nice to have options. And then we've got farmhouses. So this is your standard one on the main farm. This is your starting from scratch. And that's about it. All the rest of them are your standard houses where you can't get into them. Everything's on the outside. So it's nice to see Giants providing an interior. I think that's a nice touch. You know, I'll give credit where, you know, I think they've done really well, and they've definitely done really well there. You know, we've got a tent set up for when we're, you know, starting from scratch. Farmer Cop's already done the just starting with a fishing rod and working my way up. So yeah. So this is just your standard farmhouse. Once again, the room that freaks out Mr. Sealy P. But like I say, hey, if I was a kid and I had a house like this, man, I would have been absolutely stoked. And climbing up to a playroom. Only thing that's missing is a box full of Legos spread all over the floor. So yeah, it's a nice interior. And yeah, you've sort of got, I think it's 2, possibly 3 bedrooms, although this one isn't set up as a bedroom. Fold out couch maybe, but yeah, it'd definitely be classed as a bedroom if a real estate agent is trying to sell the house to you, and would be classed as only an office because it's too small to be a bedroom if they're trying to get you to sell it. But yeah, you got a nice laundry area, so that's quite neat. And yeah, you know, the texturing on the glass and the waviness just looks really awesome. One gig down and 1 gig up. Nice, Andy. Awesome. So let's have a look here. Let's sell that. Okay, so that's under farmhouses, factories. Got a lot of our standard factories. We do have our onion factory. The bakery. Carpentry. Dairy. Oil mill. We can build a quarry wherever we want. Sawmill. I'll be honest, I think I would go for the mill that makes it out of wood chips and you have like 10 boxes of Lego with Lego from 75 to the 80s. Oh mate, you've got the spaceship one. Ooh, that's worth a lot of money now. So yeah, this is all the different ones we've got. So that's I believe we put the onions in here and they bag it, I believe. Oh yeah. So 100 onions makes 80 onions packed. And then we've got our bakery here. No, it doesn't look like we can enter in, which is a shame. That's quite a detailed interior in there. Just the texturing on it, you know, the blocks, the stone and the concrete. It's a wool factory. The carpentry since 1968. Of course, is our quarry, established 1964. Lego is scattered over 10 moving boxes in loose form. Good luck finding the spaceship. Yep. Know what you mean. So yeah, you got a bit of a tailor's shop there, some shop dummies. The buildings just look absolutely stunning. They're absolutely fantastic. Okay, so this is the sawmill. That's it. Yes, that was 3 different pieces, wasn't it? Sawmill. So that's our productions. Certainly made a mess of this land, but well. I won't be playing on this particular map. I will be starting a new game, so it doesn't really matter. So what do we got in the way of selling points? Small farmers kiosk, big farmers kiosk, look that much bigger, and a debris sales point. So I've got to climb up to the top of the hill here. So yeah, so this will be where we can sell stones that we get from the field. So I'm guessing these will spawn stuff if you fill it up. See if I can find the command to drop in a pallet or something. Certainly do a lot of commands. Yeah, I did. Can't spell to save myself, guys. Okay, so is that filled up? Nope, I don't see any lettuce floating around there, so maybe not. I thought it might have done, but because they've got it in other maps where it does that. Okay, but maybe it won't do it for lettuce, but it'll do it for other pellets. I guess I'll let you guys find out. Hey, Jaden Smith. Yep, this is the new DLC that you have to purchase from Giants. It's a Highland fishing map. Now let's go back and get rid of those. Okay, looks like we can't sell this one. Once you've put it down, you can't sell it. So just be careful of that. We've got to enter into demolition mode first. There we go. Okay, so we've got to go hit B first. Yeah, Omatama does that, but I do recall on Riverbend Springs, the farmer's market and the farm kiosk would fill with product if you fill them. So, but yeah, Omatana started that, definitely. So we don't have anything in the way of extra greenhouses, just the standard stuff. Rice field generators, nothing new in generators. In aquaculture, we've got our we do have a fish pond, and we do have our aquaculture out in the harbour. So there we go. You get your 125, and you get more fish. And depending on, I think, whether you give them fish food, you increase your chances of getting more fish. So Umatana was saying that she has seen fish in promotional shots, but she has not seen fish in game in this pond. And I'd have to agree, I haven't seen fish in here either. But I believe you can fish from this as well. So, hey, Kirim Gaming, welcome in. Thank you for joining. So this is another, for me, a lost opportunity. I think it could have been quite good if this could have been done like a rice field where you plot out the edges so you could make sort of more like a irregular pond rather than a rectangle pond like this. I think that's a missed opportunity. There may be technical considerations that I don't know about, but I'm sort of thinking it's to me it almost looks like a rice field, just quite a bit deeper. So I'm not too sure. The construction mod allows you to make fields. I know, I was looking at that and going, oh, that would be so good. So good, instead of having to use the lizard. Yeah, so the lizard plow to plow up the field. So yeah, it's an awesome mod, that one. He's done a fantastic job. Hey, Kirim, I need to put down another production. You need to get the fish fry facility and then transfer fish from that to another pond. Ah, so that's how you get the fish in the to actually show up in the pond. Because this is where you've got the other fish, haven't you? So if you give these guys fish food, they start producing fish, I guess. I haven't actually played with the fish much. I've just been exploring the map. I haven't been playing with the fish side of things. So I'm planning on doing a 6-hour stream on the weekend. So I might, play around with the fish. Yeah, so this facility here gets a pond started. Cool. Okay, thanks for that, Kirim. I'm definitely going to be playing around with the fishing. I think most of us will be, but there'll be a few that's saying, fishing is not farming. I don't want to have anything to do with it. Transfer fish from this fish facility to the pond. Cool, yep. Awesome, mate. Thanks for that. Appreciate it. So let's all that. And not too sure what happens if we sell the pond. We end up with a dirty great hole in the ground. Those of you that know this quote know it. For those of you that don't, I advise you to look up the Four Yorkshiremen. Boy, you are lucky to have a cardboard box. We used to live all in the ground. Basically, a lot of fish moving. Yeah, it's just moving pallets, isn't it? Logistics. It's a logistics simulator under the disguise of being a farming simulator. So that's our aquaculture. What we got in the way of? So yeah, we've got foreman with feeding. Okay, so that's a new one. No, I don't want to, but yes, I do want to plant some meadow. Right, so this is definitely a new one. I haven't seen this one before. Looks like you can add a meadow. Don't have a lot of shelter for the harsh winters. It is very much an open air. More, to me, it's more like they've got a roof on there to shade them more than protect them from the elements. But Yeah, it's a nice shed. It's not too sure it's good for the harsh environment of Scotland, but hey, share, no worries. Gonna go and see Argsy, no problem at all. Say hi from me. Okay, so that's got pasture there. Ah, right, so that shed doesn't have pasture on it in the main farm or the second farm. That's why, that's what's meant to happen, is they're meant to have fences along there. Hey, Grumpy Grey Farming! Welcome in. Thank you for joining. Hope you're having a fantastic day. And Jaden Smith, hello. Welcome in. Thank you for joining. So just looking at some of the new stuff that's coming with the new Highland pack. Nothing. Oh yeah, we've got a horse barn. Okay, that's interesting one. Got one horse barn. Pigs is all standard. And sheep. We've got, like it's a fully enclosed area, holds 32 sheep. So you'd need quite a few of these if you've got a big flock. Just had 3 weeks away from Farm Sim. Just call me Subby Life, it's me. No worries, Jaden. The YouTube changed all the names, so it goes with your username rather than the handle that you want to use. Chickens are fairly standard, so nothing new there. Bees, nothing new. And dogs, of course, is the we can get the new Labrador, charcoal, dark champagne, chocolate, border collie, tricolour, black and white, red and white, and black Labrador again. So yeah, that's been released as part of base game stuff. So let's have a look. What else have we got in the construction? So we're down here. So I do believe we've got quite a few decorations, which I'm quite pleased about. Cobblestones. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think cobblestones have actually been in other maps as well. So we've got the Scottish spruce, which is a new one, and a Scotch pine, and a chestnut. So a medium birch, and a beech, acorn tree. Okay, so we've actually got quite a few new trees. So yeah, that's neat. And over here, I'm pretty sure we've got quite a bit more in decoration. We've got these pink little bushes. So definitely will help decorate farms. Yellow bushes here as well. So that's that one. So I'll get to the fences later. I just want to see if there's anything in the way of lights. Nothing new in the lights. Not that I really use the lights much anyway. Okay, so we've got that shed there, which is available on one of the little farmlets. Not sure we can get into that. Another one. And basically a garage. So I'm not too sure. I've only ever seen these on land that I haven't owned, so I don't know if we can get into them or whether they're just a fully sealed up decorative item. No, looks like we can. Oh, this is the one that's on the main farm. My bad. But yeah, these ones, I think we can get into this one. I think this is on the main farm as well. Yeah, there we go. Quite a bit of bric-a-brac in here. Narrow little barn here. And this one was definitely on land I didn't own. So hey Grumpy, yeah. New job, work in cold store loading and unloading lorries 8 hours a day, 7 till 3. Perfect hours. Oh, they are perfect hours, mate. Definitely. Definitely what you want. So yeah, you got a nice little bit of stuff in here. I haven't actually been into this shed before. It looks like you can't get into that area there. Which must be that loft area there, which is a window, but you can't get in there. Probably wouldn't be a lot of room anyway. So, but yeah, they've all got, you know, the lime wash, the stones. It's just, I'll give Giants credit there. They've done a fantastic job with the buildings and the texturing. Definitely done a fantastic job. Now we'll get into the fences. Interesting bit. That's others. Decoration. Was there anything? Actually check. Yeah, we've got a bit of decoration. Red phone box, not a blue one, I'm afraid. They have done a really good job with a lot of parts of this map. Yep, a lot of the decoration. Oh, so that, yeah, you could use that to go on the end of that shed. So yeah, that's that. Yeah, the chameleon circuit in the TARDIS is finally working properly, and it's doing something other than a blue phone box. It's doing a red one now. People actually paid a lot of money when they took out our red phone boxes. I mean, for some of the real genuine 1950s old ones that were still in service when they finally decommissioned them, they were getting huge amounts of money at auction. So people could buy them and, put them in their garden or whatever. It was quite insane. But anyway, fences. This is what part that I'm really excited about. I have been wanting a long time. Now, I mean a very long time. Fences that have finally been released. So let's start here. We've just got a whole heap of new fences. This is the first one. Switch segment. Got a little fence there. Big gate. Bigger gate. Okay, so that's that one. Got the wooden fence. Little gate. Double gate. Different size gates up to a double gate. Which is really good because double gate gives you an opportunity to get the bigger equipment in. Yep, it's just your standard gates type of thing. This is the one I was looking for. I really like this one. Complete with rolling gate. So I was really excited about this. Was definitely some times when I wanted a fence like that for different things I was building. Hey, awesome Grumpy, enjoy the map. Okay, so this is what they look like. So this is the one I was really excited about. Was that's a true industrial fence, wire netting on top, nice rolling gate. So yeah, I'm really excited about that one. Okay, so this is a barbed wire fence. That's quite awesome. Wooden fence. And that's sort of like a smaller one. I do like the angled out ones. That's definitely a fortress type fence. This one's more of a let's just inconvenience you from climbing over type fence. But and hey, that is neat. How the wire is wrapped around the metal pole for the gate. Okay, that is really cool. Hey, so where are we up to? I think we got up to this one, didn't we? Try this. Double gates again. Let's got the... Okay, that's cool. It's got wooden and metal gates. Got a nice rolling one. Sizes, so that's quite a nice, more upmarket industrial one. Fairly standard one. This one out there, these stone fences, I was really stoked to see. We've got the hedges as well. Quite like the hedges. They're a good way to hide the painting. You know how it doesn't blend that well. You can put a hedge in like this. This doesn't do corners that well by the looks of it. That's a shame. But we do have another stone fence. With different types of gates. Fence. Would definitely be more for an upmarket home. And then we've got that one. Different types of walls and fences, including a double fence. Back to the wall again. Can have a crumbling wall if you want. And looks like we've got different types of hedges and gates available. Nice. Okay, so just a shame about that. Doesn't quite go around in circles, but you've got this scrappy bush here. Low one, newly planted. Gates. Stone fence there, so yep, you could have a fence that needs repairing if you want to. But look at that is quite seamless how it transitions from a good fence down to a ruined fence. That looks really neat. The brick fence definitely looks quite neat. Crisp pointing on it. And the wooden fence, yeah, you've got some good wooden gates too. Definitely, I can see me using a lot of these fences, to be honest. I really do like them. Is the DLC worth it just for the fences? Possibly. I don't know. How much value do you put on fences? You don't need a gate, just drive over the broken wall. Yeah, mate. You're not wrong there. Perfect. You can actually see the tire tracks. Well, you would want something with a bit of clearance, but I've been wanting stone walls for quite a while. We have had the stone walls, but they've been more manicured and more there. So yeah, I quite like the hedges and all that. They're not too bad, nicely manicured and definitely very upmarket. This stone wall here is definitely one I've been wanting for. Oxygen David has always done a fantastic stone wall on his fences. And I've always been jealous and wished he'd release them. And I believe he has now. And I hope Giants gave him a lot of money for this. Because he certainly deserves it. He's, I believe, I have heard rumours that he was very, very much involved in this map. So it is usually possible that they are his walls. And I hope he got a ton load of money from it. He certainly deserves it. So yeah, those are all the gates. Like I say, I'm really excited for these industrial fences here. I can definitely see using those. Yeah, they would have been quite neat in Frickstock when I was building that big industrial area. So yeah, and I really do like the barbed wire fence. That just looks absolutely stunning. So yeah, overall, why don't we get an overview of everything? Let's go back into flight mode. Just be able to do that, and here we go. So overall, look, I am really super impressed with the quality of the textures, the models, and I actually said it in another stream. It was Hobby Corner, Shane's stream. He was doing one, and I actually said this, that Giants have an amazing team of model makers, of texture artists, and programmers. I will say programmers do quite a good job too. I think what really lets them down, they've got a fantastic team of artists, programmers, model makers. They just need to do something about their management. Their management is absolutely horrendous. How could you manage a release of a map that has a lot of paper sell points, not have a paper factory? How can you release a map that they drive on the left-hand side of the road with right-hand drive vehicles and not release right-hand drive vehicles for the map? How can you have the new Skoda Octavia done as right-hand drive as we have here, and it's all perfectly modeled, but not have it available for the player to drive? The management is just, why would you program in coal to be dirt cheap in wintertime? If that is the case. Okay, I haven't done winter, so I'm not too sure. The price may change, but at the moment, the price of coal in wintertime is worth absolutely nothing. So, yeah, there are a lot of really good things about this map. Fishing adds a whole new thing to the game. Boats are definitely fantastic as well. You know, some people would say, oh, fishing isn't farming, and yep, you're right, fishing isn't farming, but I know a lot of farmers that have boats like this that go fishing. And I actually heard one YouTuber say that, basically at the end of every month, he's going to be going doing some fishing for a little bit, just after he's ploughed all the fields and planted and done all that sort of thing. He's just going to go and do some fishing. So yeah, I think from that point of view, it just adds a little bit of extra dimension. Life isn't all just hard work and ploughing and planting and all that. In real life, guys will do all that. They'll work hard in the fields all day, and then they might take a day off every now and then and just go out and do some fishing. And this adds that element to it now. Hey Mason, welcome in. Thanks for joining. Hope you're having a great day. Just looking at the new map. So there are collectibles around. So this is possibly another missed opportunity. You can't buy this land here. And there's no restaurant here. So you've got a bit of a restaurant there by the looks of it. Walking around town is absolutely a pleasure. The shops are really neat to look at the signs. So like I say, it's a beautifully put together map from the artists, the model makers, programmers, working out how to get the boats to move like they do and that sort of thing. Absolutely astounding work from these guys. It's just the management. They need a rack up. They really do. To allow the glaring obvious things that are, it's not just this map either. Riverbend Springs, the sunflower farm. Only ever had sunflowers for one season. After that, it looked like something the Addams family owned. Just, how could the management just let that happen? Every field would be planted with some new crop somewhere along the line. I wouldn't have thought it would be that hard to just say, oh, this field always gets replanted with sunflowers. But I don't know, just, is it stupidity? Is it laziness? Is it arrogance? Take your pick. But the management don't seem to really care about the player base. And, it's hurting the game. It really is hurting the game. And I do feel sorry for the artists and the model makers and the programmers who are working so hard. That they'll miss things like, they'll put paper sale points in and then they'll forget about putting a production point in. They're busy doing that. That's what you have managers for. That's why they earn the big dollars. But they don't seem to care. And it's really disappointing. The map, fantastic. It's stunning, absolutely stunning map. Oh, the other thing is, when you buy land, you can't paint right up to the road. So let's just quickly. So we'll buy that plot 70, I think it is. Down here, because I thought this would make a nice area to put a factory. But 200 odd thousand, so not too bad. But you go into construction and paint. Putting in asphalt, so you can't build fences right up to the fence line here. Yeah, there are PC mods that let you do that, but console you can't. Hey, Thomas Doherty, welcome in. Thank you for joining. So yeah, if we set that up, so let's just say you want to put in a industrial area here. And you want to put in a driveway. You can't. Now I can get a mod for the PC which allows me to paint right up to the road. That's fine. I'm on a PC. I'm lucky. You know, if you're on a console, it's sort of like tough. You can't paint up to the road. You can't make a driveway up to the road. To put in, you know, you got to drive over grass to bring your wood in to make your paper, because you're going to put a paper mill in here, you know. It's just things like that are really disappointing. Yeah, like I say, I can do it on PC because I can get a mod that allows me to paint anywhere. I can terraform anywhere. But it's a script mod and not available for console. So yeah, disappointing. You know, as you can tell, I am not a Giants shill. I give credit where credit is due, and their textures and their models and their interior of the house is absolutely fantastic. You know, it's probably, I put it out there as probably one of their best maps from that point of view. And for me, Riverbend Springs was a really great map. Talking of Riverbend Springs, the fish area in that middle island has not been updated. It's still just a big empty thing. I have double checked, and yeah, it's definitely not been converted into aquaculture. So yeah, I think people were sort of hoping that they'd do something like that with Hutan Pantai as well. With you know, that you can fish on the maps. I have done fishing on Riverbend Springs, but yeah. So I think I'm going to call it a night. But I think before we do that, I think let's hire the train and let's take a train ride. Where are we going? Here we go. Because I haven't actually taken a train ride yet. Yeah, aqua and boats are locked to the map for now. Yeah, I would have liked to have seen them updated Riverbend for that island, because it seems like a big patch of land that's not being used. got on a little earlier today, Kiwi. No, I think maybe possibly standard time for me, but maybe daylight savings has ended for you or something. That would have changed the times again. Welcome in the herd anyway. Not too sure. Haven't actually tried that. Yeah, look at that. That's neat. Barrels done as a train. Come on, you can't not look at that and have a little giggle. Yeah, I think that's really neat. So let's get ourselves a train. Sort of reminds me of the model trains where they've got a big battery operated one that's like dressed up like a diesel locomotive, and it earns them their money. It's really powerful, pulls people around really well. But then guys bring in their pride and joy steam engines, genuine steam engines, little model ones that pull trains as well, and it's always sort of like you're hoping that the next train that comes in will be the steam one because you want to go on the steam train. The battery one's okay, but you don't want to go on the battery one. You want to go on the steam. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. I'm hoping that the steam train comes along and not the diesel electric one. I don't think there is a diesel electric one on this one, but You've got cows on Saxlingham? Nice. You had them 2 days before DLC. Are you a partner, are you? Yeah. Yeah, I was the same. Their hosting company needs to be absolutely eviscerated. They are absolutely useless. They talk about doing, spinning up extra service when the capacity is required and all that, but it's sort of like they ain't doing it, honestly. Or they're not doing anywhere near enough. And it doesn't take long to set up. You could have a script that... You do have scripts to do it all. To monitor things and go, hey, this is getting out of hand, let's spin up another server, But they're not doing it. And they probably prioritize traffic to Germany because they're a German hoster. So here we go. Train's arriving soon. Woo-hoo! So, oops, stand behind the yellow line. Ah, there it is there. It snuck up the wrong way. So as you can see, there's no steam coming out of it at the moment, and it's not making the chuffing sound. But if we jump in, we start the engine. There we go. It all starts. So I'm sort of hoping that they might patch it so it does it all the time, but yeah. Hey Eric the Crazy Viking, hello, welcome in. Thank you for joining. So yeah, I have not actually ridden in the train, but hey, that's cool. I think this is the wrong side. Pretty sure the driver's side should be over on the other side. This is the fireman's side. I could be wrong. I'm happy to be corrected, but I feel like the driver is always over on that side where the seat is. But giants have a thing about getting things a little bit wrong on where people drive. So let's have a look at this. Okay, that is incredible. The amount of work in modeling that. It's not just wheels, but you know, there's pistons and levers and all that happening. Yeah, that is incredible. Like I say, I think I want to do a new credit opening shot, opening video to include parts of this map. Maybe I should include parts of the other maps I've played on too, where I've built different farms. But to get the proper steam engine look, I'm sort of thinking, you know, maybe standing on top of this tunnel here and getting it, you know, coming along the viaduct here. I'll have to get someone in multiplayer to come in and drive the steam train so that I can take a shot of it. But yeah, you look at that, the textures on this are absolutely incredible. This is another area that you can hire the train from. Got your little signal station there too. That's absolutely fantastic. So we didn't actually get to that with our drive round. Yeah, like I say, lots of little ruins around the place. And I like the stream. It's really neat. And it does go down to a watermill. Just not too sure about the train going to Goldcrest Valley. That just, to me, that smacks of just laziness. It's not hard to just change the name. So yeah, bit disappointing there. Yeah, I don't know which map they copied to end up with that in the code. How does it go backwards? Ooh, good question. So, a little watermill here. I didn't show anyone in the tour, but yeah, it's got. You can't get upstairs to look at the milling equipment. But you know, to have the drive wheel and the pinion gear, I think that's quite neat. I'm just not too sure it can be used as a mill, unfortunately. But yeah, it's all there. It's so you want to see the train backwards. All right, let's call the train again. Like I say, the details, the wear, you know, the weathering on the light pole. Yeah, everything looks used and weathered. It's really well done. It's like I said, you know, fantastic artists, modelers, programmers have all put their their passion into it, and it really does show the amount of passion these guys have for their artistry and their work. And I think they are the community, the players, the customers are all let down by the management. Isn't Goldcrest in North America, theoretically? Yeah, Kirim, I think it's Midwest, isn't it? So yeah, a train's going to do really well getting to Goldcrest from Scotland. Yeah, it must be a Hogwarts train. Only one way forward. Hey, thank you to our new subscriber too. Welcome to the Kiwi clan. Hope you're having a fantastic evening. Hope you've enjoyed the map tour. And yeah, we have got an amazing amount of extra stuff that came with the map. I believe it can be used anywhere else, so... And hey, that clock is telling the correct time as well. 9:26, and it's saying 9:26 on there. In Roman numerals, so hopefully you guys can read Roman numerals. Except they've done the usual clock thing of... four eyes instead of a IV. A lot of clocks always had 4 eyes for 4 instead of the correct IV. So yeah. So I guess that's a nice touch. Bugs the heck out of me. And then clocks that do that bug the heck out of me. So, you know, real life clocks do it and bugs me. How far away is the train? Here we go, 600 meters. Which way is he going to be coming, I wonder? Here we go. The train came in backwards. What happens if I go round here and enter in this side? They don't give you a lot of room to squeeze in, do they? There's no door there. Just being picky, and nah, they still put you on that side. Right, so let's see about going in reverse. Goes in reverse. I haven't started the engine, so I shouldn't be going, should I? Okay, there we go. So it's a nice sound. It's a European train, so the door can be narrow. In America, half of us wouldn't fit. Yeah, there's just no door there. That's the problem. Hey, James Kimberley, welcome in. Thank you for joining. So there we go. Train will now drive to Gold Crest Valley. Right, now let's I want to see what Herd said, whether we speed up time and see what happens. Watch the clock speed up. Oh, there it goes. Ah, that is neat. Hey, no worries, the Herd. We're going to be finishing soon anyway. But hey, there you go, mate. There's your clock. There's your clock speeding along. Hope your work day goes as quick as this, mate. Well done, mate. Well done. Hey, awesome. Hey, thanks everyone for joining. Hope you've enjoyed this tour. It's been a lot of fun. Like I say, it is an absolutely fantastic put together map. A few glaring things that you just shake your head at, but yeah, I don't think they're game breaking stuff, and there are mods available, you know. And what can I say but thank God for modders. You know, if we didn't have the modders in this community, this game would be dead in the water. It honestly would. You know, if they're releasing a map that's going to be relying on modders to fix it, you know, look, there's another one there, another Skoda with the wheel on the correct side for this side of the world, and yet the driving one. Yeah, I'm sorry, I keep going on about it, but you know, it's important. It's important. But hey, anyway, thanks guys for joining. I have enjoyed your company. It's been great to have you guys along. So there we go in my you know, tweed suit, black gloves, tweed cap. I'm very dapper. But thanks everyone for joining, and yeah, if you haven't hit the like, if you could, that'd be fantastic. Really does help with the algorithm. If you want to subscribe and haven't done so yet, please feel free to do that. And if you'd like to share this video with anyone that you think might enjoy it, be my guest to do that as well. But until next time, have a good day, good morning, or good afternoon or evening, wherever you are in the world, whatever time you're watching this. And until next time, bye.